It's weird. It says live, but like I don't know what's going on. Hey, I have no idea what's going on. Hold on. DC, you need to come into StreamYard. Yeah. I don't know. Am I on the screen right now? It says live now. I'm kind of confused. Yeah, but you're supposed to be in StreamYards with me. Hold on, let me check this out. Let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Oh my goodness, that was scary. Yes.
Okay, for sure. My bad, man.
Where were you?
I was sitting there. I was in the chat trying to get y'all attention because I couldn't get it to work. I didn't know what was going on. It said my mic was working, but then I could hear you, but I couldn't. You guys couldn't hear me, so I didn't know what was going on, man.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I do apologize for that, sir.
No, you good.
I'm new to the streaming thing. I
Did you
usually just do the recorded videos.
it looks like we're live now. Did you hit live?
Oh yeah, I definitely hit live because I figured
Oh,
that
okay.
was holding me back. So,
Oh, okay. I
but
know
I guess
I was going to say you can also like adjust the I don't know if you feel like it's too close. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But I don't know if you feel like it's too close or not, but I think you have the power to adjust it.
too close. You mean like the camera angle, or
Yeah.
I don't even know how to do that.
I'm trying to remember how to
Let's
do it.
see. Let me
It
see.
really it really don't matter. I'm trying to remember. It should be some type of controls maybe at the bottom of your thing, like at the bottom of the
Let's see.
StreamYards. Like you can share screen, but I know I can't do it because I'm not the host.
Oh, okay. Share screen.
Well, oh no, don't hit share screen. No, I was just saying that's one of the options. I'm trying to remember. Hold on, let me see if I can look at it real quick. What's up, chat? I can see the chat on the side.
Oh, you mean like the screen layout to change that?
Yeah, yeah,
Let me see. Like that.
yeah. See, you can mess around with it however you want to do it.
Cool. All right, man. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's go and get this started, man. If that camera angle is cool with you.
I'm cool.
What's up,
Yeah.
everybody in the chat? Man, we got 10 million people in the chat right now,
Oh my
man.
god.
God, goodness gracious, man. Who's gonna be the hero of the Spurs versus Clippers? Man, we already know, man. Derrick White about to jump out of that slump right quick and drop 50 on him.
You know what? I get the impression because I a lot of people say that I'm a DJ hater. I get the impression if I'm a DJ hater, I get the impression you're a White hater.
I'm not a White hater, I promise you. I'm a White fan hater. That's that.
Then I'm a DJ fan hater.
Man, I think, I can respect that. If that's what you are, I can respect that. I think well, I wasn't gonna jump straight into it like this, but we can if you want to.
What's up?
But I just kind of felt like, I feel like he's playing like he's always played. Like that's how I feel, man. Like from the stats and everything,
Who
you know,
who
he's been
Dejounte?
playing. I mean,
Oh,
White.
Derek.
I mean, White. If you look at the numbers, he's doing what he's been doing. The 11 points per game, the 2 or 3 rebounds. He's doing really good in assists. He's usually only around 3 assists a game, so he's doing really good with the 6 assists. I just think the fandom has built him as this future all-star, and he hasn't really shown us anything like that outside of the
Uh,
bubble, of course. And then he had a great playoff run maybe 3 years ago.
I I have to disagree. I have to. I mean, because I got this. I'm looking at the stats right here. I know.
Mhm.
Dang. Wait, can I share? Hold on. Let's see if I can share screen. Oh snap! I think it's gonna let me share screen. Hold on.
Well, go ahead
They'll
and do
show
that
this to
then.
share screen. Oh yes. He's gonna actually let me do it.
I probably didn't block it. Oh, okay. I can see
Yeah,
add to the stream. I can do it.
yeah. Dope. Yeah. So
There we go.
like, yeah. So when I look at this, I don't see the same White at all. Like I know last season he only played like 36 games, but this is only 13 games. So I mean, I think it's fair to compare. So like, if you look at last season, he was scoring 5 points more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say blocks and steals still about the same. His defense is still there. Maybe less assists. You see, rebounds about the same. But like free throw percentage, like his entire shooting has been off. His free throw
What?
percentage went down like what's that? 9%. And
Mm-hmm.
then where's 3 point? 3 point went down. Field goal percent, they always say you need to be shooting at least over 40%. I mean, he's under 40%. Like, I feel like the injuries have kind of set him back.
I feel like I think he's definitely in the slump, and I'm not saying he's not in the slump per se, but people expect him to be this 20 points per game scorer. At least the groups I've been part of on social media, and I've never expected that from him. Do I expect him to be around that 15-point mark? Sure, but he hasn't done it for a full season yet. You know,
No,
and I
no, I
honestly,
I agree.
and I honestly think this is my honest opinion. I don't think he's hurt. I think he's afraid of getting hurt. If that makes sense.
I could I could see that. I think one thing that I've noticed from Derek White is first off, he's in a way different position than he was like say a few seasons ago. Like I feel like a few seasons ago, he was kind of like the main facilitator, the main guy. You played through him. And I think that I think more people going off the eye test, I think he played very well throughout that season. Like, even though the numbers aren't necessarily like popping out at you, he
Mm-hmm.
was effective, like on both ends of the court. It was times where it was like, oh no, dude, like we got James Harden, Derek White on him. We got
Right.
even Kawhi Leonard, Derek White on him, and he
Right.
was doing everything on the court. I think right now I don't see the explosiveness that I'm
Mm-hmm.
used to with Derek. Yeah, offensively, you might be right. Like he's maybe afraid to be hurt, but that would still play on like the injury because he re-injured. Was it a toe? Like several times. I forget.
Yeah, it was a toe twice last year, and then it was an ankle towards the end of the year. And like when you're dealing with those lower extremities, man, it's always
Yeah,
worrisome.
yeah,
And
and I don't think. I honestly, I'll be honest with you. I mean, from it might be like different sides of the spectrum because what I've seen from Spurs fans usually wasn't that much praise for Derek White. Like the year that he started, like
mhm,
people were like, "Wow, he looks pretty good," but and of course the 30 point game, which was huge. But other than that, I mean, I've seen nobody like everyone
right.
just kind of trash him over the last couple seasons.
Really, to be honest with you, man, like and I know perception is our perception is our reality. It's a group, and I don't want to name drop the group. I might just go ahead and
Name it.
do that. It's
Is it
real.
Facebook?
It's Facebook. Real Spurs talk. Oh my
Uh,
god. Like I mean, and I'm not going to say their names, but it's posters in there that like even now, it's a poster in there now that says, um we we should trade D White to the Nuggets. If we traded him to the Nuggets, then he'll be an all-star, that type of stuff. So
I think I saw that. Did I see
it's,
that?
it's unbelievable type of stuff. So like, I'm, and I don't hate Derek White. I want him to do well. I want him to do well because we need him. I mean, without him, where are we going? DJ can't do it all by himself, and DJ, he isn't a scorer.
Mhm.
If he makes it to 20 points, he's maxing out. 20 points for him, it might as well be 30, in my
And
opinion.
I don't think we'll have one. I said this before. I don't think that anyone on this team right now is capable of averaging over 20 points per game. Like
Right.
I don't even know if anyone on this team is capable of averaging 20 points per game because I think people think that like 20 points per game isn't a big deal, but
That's
that's
a
a
very big
really
deal.
yeah, that's a really big deal. Like I say it like this, like if you think of it in this type of perspective, like DeMar DeRozan last season played extraordinarily well. He had games in which he was putting up, 30 plus points. And it felt, if you're watching the games, it felt like it was almost every night. But then he still ended the season with like 21 points. So players that average over 20 points per game, they're not doing like a consistent 20 plus every single game. It's usually a lot of like, 30s in there, even maybe a 40 piece here and there. Like
Oh
that's
yeah.
not easy to do.
No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And you know, I just really my hope for Derrick White is that he mirrors DJ's numbers essentially. Like they both should be around 18, 17 points per game, that type of deal. And I think that pushes over the top. If they can
Yeah.
do that together, I think that really be something that can help us.
Yeah.
And
And I,
and, and I loved your video about just you know that it's not all Derrick White's fault, which I totally agree with. And like that was just me the last couple of years, just with I guess defending DJ all the time. I was like, that joker was making knucklehead plays all the time. Lord have mercy, making knucklehead plays. But I'm like, man, that's not really the reason we're losing. We got
no.
gaps in our team. And
Well, I feel
and
like
I go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I kind of
No,
feel
go.
like I gotta defend myself because someone said someone said, "Oh, come on, Clan, here you go." LJ really hates me. And he said he averaged 18 now, and he said he could average 20 easy. I don't think he can average 20 easy. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, right, it's really hard to do. First off, Dejounte Murray is doing so much right now. And I would say that I don't believe that scoring is the number one, best thing that he does. Like maybe secondary. Um, but yeah, Dejounte Murray has had games and stretches this season where he didn't score necessarily well, and the ball is in his hands majority of the time, and he's averaging 18. You're saying he can average 20 easy. I don't think anyone can put up 20 just easy. I think that's pretty hard to do.
Well, I have to agree with you on that because you know, and we know that 18 is right next to 20, but when you deal with averages, it doesn't work
Yeah.
that way. He's going to have to, for him to do that, he's going to have to get some 26-point games, 28-point games, like you said, some 30-point games in there that kind of average out to that 20.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he's averaging 18, I'm ecstatic that he's doing that.
That's
Like,
good.
I think I had him at maxing out like 16, 8 and 8 or
Mm-hmm.
16, 7 and 6 or something like that in my
Mm-hmm.
predictions. So the fact that he's 18, 8 and 8 is right where you want him to be. Um, you know, and like you said, I don't think it's all about scoring, but I think it is about how we score. Because in the fourth quarter, everyone just loads up the paint and
Yeah.
dares us to shoot. And it's just like it's so demoralizing seeing that night in and night out.
Yeah, and I don't mean to be that guy, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't
Mhm.
think I was excited about this team initially, and I'm still like excited for the future. But honestly, when I'm looking at it, I don't see us getting out of a lot. Like it seems like we're gonna be in a situation where no matter what we do in a game, especially if we're going against another star, it's just not going to work. Something is going to slip. Something's not going to be good enough. We're going to make some type of mistake, or it's going to be some statistical category that we needed to improve in that game in order to win. Like in other words, I feel like if we're going against another superstar or another star in the league,
Right.
we got to be
Right.
nearly perfect, and that's really frustrating.
And
I don't
see,
see us doing that.
that's why stars are important. And that's
Yeah.
one of the things I stressed on my channel last year with DeMar DeRozan. I'm like, yo, he's not a superstar, but man, if he leaves, we're gonna have a hole to fill,
Hmm.
regardless, because you can't just manufacture that it factor.
Hmm.
And I think you had a good video when you talked about the Batman and the Robin situation. I thought that was great. You
Yeah.
know, arguably a lot of these guys are third options, really good third options now. But I couldn't, I couldn't really debate with you on that one.
It,
I would love to probably think DJ's Robin-esque, but I could totally see him being like a third wheel, especially the way he plays, like a
mhm.
stat stuffer, Nicholas Batum type player. Hey, I'm just gonna fill up the stat sheet versus dropping 40 or
He,
versus being a closer.
I mean, you can see up here, Dejounte is leading every statistical category, but I mean, he would at this point. Which the only thing that kind of shocked me here is that Eubanks is. Why is Eubanks one in block? Wait a minute, is that's weird, isn't it?
He done beat Pirtle already.
No, Pirtle's 1.1. I don't know what's going on with this. Is this
Yeah.
team leaders? I don't know why. I guess that's just an error. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah,
Hmm.
Pirtle should be one. Oh, maybe because Eubanks played more games
Oh, that could
and
be it.
they're
And
doing
see,
something a
and
little
how,
different.
how do you feel about the big man situation? Are you satisfied with our big man situation? Because I think I've been kind of critical of him, but someone kind of set me straight and said, "Hey, these guys been out
Oh,
forever. Like Pirtle's been out for a while." You
yeah.
know,
Uh, yeah. So with the big man, sorry, I was getting a little distracted because like people in the chat are forcing us to like want us to talk about pop. We can talk
oh,
about pop in a little bit. Oh,
okay,
by the way, since you're new to StreamYards, one thing you could also do, like on the side where you see comments, or I
yeah,
think it's comments, right? Yeah, comments. If you click on it, it'll come up on the screen.
got you. The show, I see it.
Yeah. If you
You
ever
say you
want to
want
talk.
to talk pop?
Oh,
Uh,
I talk big man. Our big man situation, honestly, I think I'm not necessarily like ecstatic by it, but I think that right now we're just kind of, not really able to see them be at full force right now. Like right now we're virtually the same big man that we were last season. So depending on how you felt last season is how you're going to feel right now. As far as Jock Landale, they were gradually trying to implement him into the games, but unfortunately, with the safety protocols and he had that
mhm,
injury, that concussion, it's taken more time. But
right,
if you were just saying how I feel about it, I feel like we haven't really gotten to see it at full potential. Like Zach Collins, I think he's going to be great. I think defensively he could be the best big man that we have on the team, which is
really?
saying a
Okay,
lot.
it
Yeah,
is saying a lot. Okay.
yeah, because Jakob's that guy, but yeah, Zach Collins is known for defense.
Speaking of Jakob, I don't want to sound like a homer, but I just feel like, if I ever met the guy, I need to shake his hand and
Yeah.
apologize. Because
Oh,
man,
you didn't like him?
this dude, he's been playing. I mean, before he had to go out, man, he's just been playing so much better than I thought he would.
Mhm.
Just having softer hands around the basket. I wish he would dunk the ball a little bit more, just a little
Yeah,
bit more. But
yeah.
I mean, his scoring, his rebounding, that's all you can really ask from a guy like that. I'm not expecting him to drop 20.
The funny thing about it is, I would say that he's possibly the most consistent. Hopefully, that came up on the screen, right? Yeah, cool.
Hmm.
He's possibly the most consistent player that we have. I think. I don't
Hmm.
know. I I don't know. I feel like he is a pillar to our team. Like every night, day in and day out, like I know what I'm going to get out of Jakob.
Right.
Sometimes with the other players, it's going to be a little iffy. I think obviously DJ is a pretty good pillar, but I think Jakob
Hmm.
is biggest pillar. I think every night you know what you're going to get out of him, which is pretty good. I don't.
Right.
What you mean clan stop? Oh my god. Oh my god. He wants me. I don't want to rage. I don't want to rage. Go ahead, DC. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold up. Where's the comment so I can pull it on the screen?
It's on the right, man.
Talking about
Would you?
Jack is underrated.
No, man. This is LJ just hates me, bro. He's like clan stop. Everything I say is just a bad take to him. It's not a bad take to say Jakob is very consistent. He is a pillar to our. Oh my god, bro! Like
He has
he
been
is.
consistent. Come on, LJ. He's been consistent. He's
He's
been consistent. Come on.
consistent.
I mean, he
God,
hasn't been like, amazing, but
I'm
you
not
know,
saying consistently like Hall of
all
Fame
star or
level.
anything like that.
Yeah, I'm just
But
saying
he's been good. He's been good, man. I gotta give it to him. His energy level has been great. He's been super active.
Oh, but I'm saying he's the most. Oh no, I do it. I double down on that. Yes, I think he's the most consistent player we've had this season. Yep, I'm gonna stick to it.
All right, man. Can I ask you? Let me ask you some questions. Some questions. You know, I'm part journalist,
Mhm.
so the name Clan, the Spurs fan. Where the name Clan come from? Is that just something you grew up with, or
Oh, well, my actual name is Destin.
okay?
So, I actually made it into like a gamer tag a while ago because it was because clandestine obviously means like striking and silence or whatever. And I've always been
Hmm.
kind of like quiet and laid back and
Okay.
yeah, a little shy. So I named it clandestine. So
Clan.
I just
Got
took the clan from clandestine and yeah, just made it clan.
I
Clan
got you. I
Spurs
got
fan.
you. I got you. The marketing on that is awesome. Definitely awesome marketing on that.
Yeah, I think
Um,
I like the name too because like some people think that it's like oh it means like oh we're all in this together like we're the Spurs clan. It's like maybe
it's like yeah,
it's just my name,
it's like yeah, go
my
like yeah,
nickname.
let's go ahead and run with that. Run with that right quick. Yeah, man. And I think I already know this, but I had this written down to ask you.
What's up?
Favorite Spur of all time.
Oh, easy, easy. Manu.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Manu Ginobili. He's by far my favorite of all time. Like actually, how I became a Manu Ginobili fan is I was watching, or actually I was playing. It might have been 2K or crap. What was it, man? Was it 2K or NBA Live? I don't remember. I was playing with my brother, and I didn't know anything about basketball. I actually like despise basketball. But
Really?
yeah, I didn't care for basketball. I was like really young, and
Hmm.
I ended up playing that game, and I was like, I'm just going to choose the best team on here. So the best team on there was the Spurs because I think they have just won the championship. It might have been like 2003
Hmm.
championship.
Hmm.
So I chose them, and then I started playing with Manu Ginobili. I was hitting every single shot, and I was like, "Dang, this dude is pretty good." And then I started paying more attention because my brother was a Kobe fan, like a Lakers fan, and
Okay.
he used to get so irritated going against Manu Ginobili, and he was like, "Man, who is this man? I'm so tired of this dude." And I like to irritate my brother, so I became a Manu fan, then thus became a Spurs fan. Funny enough, with
Hmm.
Tim Duncan, I used to think, especially early on, I didn't know anything about the Spurs. I used to think I was like, dude, this Tim Duncan dude does not even care about anything. Like, I was like, he's, I was like, why is he on the team? Like, he just mopes around. He doesn't say anything.
Right. Right. Right.
I was like, Manu putting his heart
Super
out.
quiet.
Why is he not starting? Like, I was so angry.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
then I realized how stupid I was.
Man. But you know it's funny? I gotta ask this, and I promise you this isn't direct at you because I had this written down. I'm not even
Yeah.
lying. Had this written down.
Hmm.
And then the question was, and this was just in general, I said, do you think Spurs fans actually like the NBA?
Likes the
I don't get
NBA.
beat. I hope I don't get beat up in the comments for this one, but
I'm trying to get the question. Do they
so for
actually like
instance, I've noticed it feels like a lot of times Spurs fans are fans of the Spurs, but don't know anything else about the rest of the league and what's going on and how to measure talent and those type of things. You know, like we just had a whole conversation, and I'm not
mm,
picking on my man's, but just about the
mm,
20 points per game situation. If you're
mm,
watching all-star games and you're watching NBA finals despite who's in the NBA finals and you're
yeah.
familiar with talent, you some of these takes aren't gonna happen. It's
I
just
think
not gonna happen. And I notice, like, even with trade scenarios, for instance, like people have these outlandish trade scenarios, like, like let's get Ben Simmons for Jakob and for Jakob and Eubanks. Like what?
I I don't I don't think first of all I think that they do watch like other teams or watch other, you know,
Mhm.
NBA teams. I will say that I think they do like basketball in general, like NBA. I would say most probably like NBA in general, but
Mhm.
I don't think that the bad takes come from not watching basketball because there's people that have watched basketball since they were young, 4 years old,
Right, right,
and
right.
still come up with terrible takes. Like
Well, that's true.
yeah, like there's people that grew up. actually seeing or watching Michael Jordan and still say that he's, not the greatest of all time. I don't know if that's even controversial at this point.
Oh Lord. I
But
think
like
when you had that talk before.
no, but I think that honestly, I think that it doesn't matter how much basketball you watch. It doesn't matter how much other teams that you watch. You can always have a bad take. It is a bad take just to say trade this player to this player. I think a lot of
Mhm.
people also don't know what goes in, because even me, I didn't know for the longest until I met Swish Hill Harrison, and he taught me so much about like what actually goes into trades,
Mhm.
and like it's not as easy as like we make it out to be. And I think that due to us just having stuff such easy access to, like we can just go online
Information
and
and stuff like that.
yeah, and we can just see like crazy trades happen here and there, that we can kind of just come up with our own ideas of how it could go down. Like, oh, I put this in this trade machine. I play 2K all the time. It worked in 2K. It worked on this trade machine, and it doesn't work like that. Like, what do the other teams want out of it? You want to get rid of these players. Like, you want to get rid of Derek. Like, people that were saying get rid of Derek White after like the third game. It's like, okay, you want
Mhm.
to get rid of him, but if he's as trash as you say he is, who wants him? And what are they going to give up for him? Like,
And
and
I definitely agree with you with that.
yeah,
Really our only trade asset is probably, and I hate to say it, but it's probably Murray, and
Murray,
then
Keldon.
possibly you
I,
know,
I would,
well, with the Keldon situation is a little different because, and I'm not a capologist, but he's still on rookie contract, isn't he?
is he?
Yeah,
Chat?
I think
Does chat know?
I think he is, but
I think he is.
so
No,
we
no, I think he is. Yeah, he hasn't gotten a new
so we
contract.
wouldn't even and see like people who say trade him that's ridiculous. We wouldn't get anyone back that's worth a dang with his salary and everything, and that's part
Yeah.
of trades too. You gotta trade someone with a significant salary,
Well,
and
I think this is what I think. Okay, this is my hot take, and I put this on Twitter already, and this is my thoughts on what's going to happen with the Spurs. I really do believe this too. I think if the Spurs go down like in this season, if they don't see anything else and we continue in this, I mean, it's not even mediocrity at this point. Like we're bad.
mhm,
And we're like a bottom feeder team, like we're the second worst in the West or something like that. And it's
mhm.
before All-Star break. I wouldn't be surprised if the Spurs said, you know what, there will be more benefits, like a greater good, if we did trade some of these players. And I would say that even Murray, maybe White, maybe Keldon, like, and just keeping Devin Vassell. Like I could see that. Maybe not Keldon.
Really?
Maybe Lonnie. I could see them doing that
Hmm.
and saying, okay, let's get some picks and we're full on rebuild. Especially how Primo, I mean, at least that last game, if Primo keeps that up at that point as well, I think
Hmm.
they might say, what's the point of this? I mean, because everyone talks about timelines, and I mean, would the timeline really be there? I wouldn't be surprised if they went ahead and said, yes, go all out. Or maybe even in the draft doing a whole George Hill thing, because George Hill was our guy, but just something
Hmm.
for the greater good of the franchise. I could see them doing that. Not
Man,
something that
I just
I'm happy about. I could just see it.
right. And I think you're right. I mean, anything's possible, and I don't disagree. It just I don't know. I guess it's just the Spurs fan in me that just hope they just don't take that route. I mean, at some point you're gonna have to trade somebody.
Yeah.
Alani, a son with Vassell's coming on, so you kind of got to hold on to him,
Well, he's a
and
lottery
then
pick. You don't know what you
yeah,
got out of him yet.
and then like DJ is he's 25. So maybe if we, get a good pick, we make some moves or something like that, we might be something in 2 to 3 years. I'll put him around like 28.
It, and I
But is
want
he
to,
still gonna want to be a Spur by then?
yeah,
That's
and I
another
want to
thing.
I was going to add this too. The San Antonio Spurs absolutely love their play. Like they absolutely love White. They absolutely love Dejounte Murray. Um, so they're very connected to players, and I think sometimes the Spurs have a knack of holding on to. And I think everybody
I
agree
don't
with
mean to
this.
laugh, but they give you a
Yeah.
hard time to come.
Oh, are they? I think
He said,
I think
Clan, that trade's the bad take.
oh man, they always everybody
He's
hates
just
my
kidding
takes.
though.
I think I think I think I think the Spurs have a knack for holding on to players too long. And we all know that. They do that with every single player where we're like, why did we hang on to LaMarcus Aldridge when he wanted to go? Why are we holding on to who did we do it recently? Like they might have almost did it with Luka, but I think the Spurs are definitely a little more cutthroat. That Luka cutting was not something that they normally do. That's why I'm saying I'm not. At this point, it would be like, what's the point if the Spurs feel as if these aren't the players for the future or the direction in which they want to go in? Then it might not be necessary. I think the only people that are like 100% safe is honestly like Devin Vassell and maybe Keldon as far as what the Spurs would do later on in the season. They love these players, but they also love Luka, and they're a little different now.
And I'm a little biased. I'll be the first person to say I'm biased, but man, unless they just plan on drafting, unless we got some really good point guards coming in the draft, I just don't see why would you get rid of DJ at this point when he's been in the system, top 5 in assists, top 5 in steals, top 6 in assist turnover ratio.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. To me, the only reason will be the greater good. If they, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if, like, here's the thing, like he's 25, right? And we're going to a draft in which Chet Holmgren is available, and a lot of people want him. I think he's projected Chet can kind of correct me, but he's projected like number 1, right?
He's a PG.
No, he's a like power forward / center.
Power forward. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. Now if you look at him, hold on, I can put him on the screen. If you look at him, you'll say, oh, like,
is that skinny guy they were talking about?
Yeah,
like, I gotta get. That's one of my weaknesses is the college basketball thing, man.
I'm actually gonna get more into it now, and
I just feel so jealous when people be making their brackets and stuff. I'm like, man, I gotta.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's nasty. Like he's absolutely nasty, and he's somebody that can kind of turn your franchise around. All I'm saying is, if the Spurs wanted to go into a direction and they have an opportunity to do this, and they're like, look, I'm not saying full on tank, but they're like, let's get more picks and let's just start building up from a Primo who's only 18, and you can end up creating like another young core, not another young core. You still have Devin Vassell, you still have Keldon. I know that no one wants to get rid of Dejounte Murray, but even me, okay, loving Derrick White, and I've made many videos on how much I love Derrick White. I'm willing to get rid of players for the greater good if the opportunity presented itself. Like I did the same thing with George Hill. I love George Hill.
Oh, George. Yeah, George Hill was nice. He was nice. Surprised he's still playing. Really good too.
He's great. I won't say great, but he's
solid, man. He's solid.
Super solid, right? Yeah.
But just to piggyback on what you were saying about the greater good, Gregory, he had a really good comment just about Primo being a point guard. How you feel about that? I just feel like he's a shooting guard, in my opinion.
No, I think he could be both. I think that he's it's kind of positionless at this point, like how things are set up. You kind of positionless, but no, I actually agree with that. I think that they are kind of building him up to be the main playmaker. I think part of the reason, and this might be me, this is just me speculating. Okay, there's nothing to this. I think part of the reason why DJ, did tweet that out, I think part of it was like, really another guard, like. I think he did that because of that as well. Like,
I agree with that because
no one's job is
we really don't have any time for this guy to develop right now. I mean, and that's a whole nother video. Oh my goodness! But I just, I haven't had a chance to watch your Kobe video yet. But I did see that you posted that, and I'm still have my reservations about that. But
dude, can I say something about that?
Hold on one second. I will say this, and I'll let you have it. I want Primo to be in a position to let it fly. I don't want him thinking about getting others involved. I want him to let that bad boy go and just focus on scoring. I mean, I don't want to be one dimensional. That's not what I'm saying, but I feel like the point guard position takes so long for you to truly learn.
Mm.
I'd rather him just focus on scoring. What are you
Uh,
gonna say about Kobe, my brother?
oh no, I was gonna say, like I think a lot of people kind of react to that a little too quickly. Yes, I said next Kobe Bryant, but I was merely like mentality, and I even like showed the clips. Like, yeah, this
Mm-hmm.
is like a mentality that I haven't seen from the Spurs. I'll tell you this right now, like I completely agree with you. Like as far as his ability to just score and just be that be that guy. I think especially in today's NBA, you can kind of be a little bit of both. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry is a point guard, but
Right.
I mean, what do you miss a beat if you put him as shooting guard? I mean, could you really tell the difference? Probably
Well, that's
not.
true. That is true.
Like I think Primo's kind of like that. Like Primo could play point guard, shooting guard, and I think as he grows, he can probably be a point forward or small forward. Like he's the ultimate package as far as what you want out of a guard. So I can
Mm-hmm.
see them, building him up to be a point guard. He has good vision too.
Okay. I just I see he's so silky smooth.
Mm.
I just like, man, just put this guy at the two and let him go to work. And I just feel like if he was on another team, he would get he wouldn't be in the G League. He would be getting legitimate minutes night in and night out, getting better and whatnot. So I'm kind of curious what they're gonna do about that, you know, about fitting him
Yeah.
in. It might not happen this season, but what do you
Yeah.
think about that? Like, are they gonna be able
Uh,
to get him some minutes this year at all?
uh I think that he's gonna outplay the G League. I think he'll eventually just outplay it, and yeah, he'll be
Mhm.
back. Um, I know people get like really irritated, like because I've seen that plenty of times. Like talk about pop, and it's like
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. Like right now, okay, I guess this is how I see it. This is how I see the whole pop thing, which uh I can definitely like see other perspectives on it when it comes to
Mhm.
like the Josh Primo not playing Josh Primo and stuff. I guess my thing is this when it comes to the whole thing that we're doing. Um who is there to really play? Like on our team right now, like I know a lot of people getting irritated with Popovich, but who is there that needs to play that's not playing that's capable of playing? If you're talking about Primo right now as it stands, would you just like what would you guys rather have? Would you rather have Primo in the G League learning at the age of 18, getting a plethora of minutes, or would you rather have him on this team in which whose minutes is he going to take? You saying that he should take Bryn Forbes' minutes. Bryn Forbes isn't playing. He's barely playing. So like whose
True.
minutes is he going to take? If you're saying Derrick White, sure, I guess. I mean, but Derrick White is doing a lot of things that is
Primo
good
can't
for us.
do.
Yeah, yeah,
Ruben Frank,
and we do
defensively.
yeah, and we do have a system in which the young guys, you got to kind of find your way to get in there. But it's not like Pop has never played guys that are rookies that are ready. Like obviously Devin Vassell got a plethora of minutes last season and he played fine. I just believe, I'm sorry, I guess it's just my bias as far as like watching 3 decades of the San Antonio Spurs be successful. I bought into the system, and I'm sorry, a few seasons isn't going to sway me from thinking that all of a sudden the entire mindset needs to change. I
Mhm.
believe that if they feel like he's capable and ready to play, he will play. I'm not with Primo 24/7. I see him in the G League doing exceptionally well. I understand that it's still the G League,
Mhm.
but and I think that he's going to be probably the most talented player on the court when he's in these G League games. But I'm just going to buy into the fact that if he's not playing, it's because he's not ready. We did the same thing with Lonnie Walker. Like Lonnie Walker looked as if he was, we were like, Lonnie Walker should play. He needs to play. And they put him out there his rookie year. Like they actually, I mean, it was kind of mean. Like, remember that game against the Warriors?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like they put him out there. They were like, go ahead. Like you have full reign. And he looked god awful. And now at this point, people are saying trade Lonnie. So my thing is
Mhm.
just I believe in the system. I believe in just waiting it out, and the way in which they're gonna do this. I think he'll be perfectly fine. He probably need this right now, and if he could play, I think they would play him.
One thing about the Primo thing, and I say this a lot in my videos, is that I love him as a player so far, and he has potential or whatnot. But as bad as this is going to sound, I'm still not sold on the pick because you know it's almost like having a 2-car garage and having 4 cars. You get what I'm saying? You only got room for how many cars? 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, when are we gonna give him the time so he can be him? Be himself. So I'm still kind of I'm with you on that. Like, whose minutes is he gonna take?
But
And then if he does take minutes, he's only gonna get 5 to 7 minutes a game or something like that. And then on top of it, if you really think about it, I think my issues with Pop. Well, first off, I'm with you on the whole Pop thing. As far as, like, I don't give a dang how bad he becomes. He's earned the benefit of the doubt. Because
yeah,
I remember Don Nelson couldn't coach at all. That joker, that joker gave up coaching for the most part. He was just doing any and everything in Dallas. Ain't no one said a word because the prestige. I'm not fire Pop to me. That's blasphemous. I don't care how bad he is. He's earned the
mm-hmm.
benefit of the doubt to get his record for all-time wins and ride off into the sunset. He deserves that from us. So I will never say that. But my one issue with Pop was the Landale thing. I'm like, come on, man. I'm talking about, well, who was killing us? Who was it? Was it Bobin and the
Boba.
Mavs? Woo-wee. Bobin was killing us. Killing us. I'm like, please, throw somebody bigger than Keldon out there. Please. Please, Jesus.
What?
Just
Well, I think with because the thing with the Landale thing was he was still coming off that concussion, and that was they actually end up saying that because Pop ended up saying that yeah, it was the concussion, and as soon as he got back into 3v3s, then it was the safety protocol. So it was like,
oh.
yeah, so they didn't want to just throw him in there after the
Mhm.
concussion situation. Now, okay, I also understand everyone's saying, Primo could. Yes, I believe Primo could play. I want to just say this right now. Let me say this. I'm just saying, and as you said, DC, that he's earned the benefit of the doubt, Popovich, and I think the entire Spurs organization has earn that benefit of the doubt. This is the same player that we all were just scratching our heads like, why did we get this player? And now we see that he's good, and now everyone's like, oh, he needs to play this amount of minutes. My thing is, I think every single player on this team right now, as it stands, are in tryout mode. Okay. I think that the Spurs are trying to see what we got. They know what they got in Primo. Primo's development is not halted right now. He is playing, he is learning. Even in the G League, he has struggled on stretches. Last game, the first half, he struggled. In the second half, they said, yo, Primo, take over. He's learning things. He's still learning, and that's fine. We're only 13 games in. You want Primo to play for what? Like, for what he's playing. My thing is, I'm okay with Primo right now being in the G League, getting a plethora of minutes, doing his thing, learning, developing. I'm okay with that because I know he's only 18 and we're going to get something really good down the line. But you guys are already giving up on the fact that we're not going to see him this season. When he's ready, they're going to play him. But right now, I think that the Spurs are in tryout mode. I think they're trying to see what they got out of these guards. Are we going to re-sign Lonnie at the end of the season? Can Lonnie eventually step up? I think they're pretty comfortable with Devin Vassell. Dejounte Murray, they're like, Dejounte Murray we're putting a lot on his plate. What do we want to do with that going forward? Derrick White, is he going to be able to get into his rhythm again? Like, there right now, it is full blown tryout mode, trying to see what we got with this team. And you guys want to mix it all up and just throw Primo in right now. And I don't think that is necessary. Whatever. And this is how I am. Okay. Until they just completely prove me wrong for a multitude of seasons, I'm going to go ahead and say the Spurs know what they're doing. I think we have the best franchise in the NBA. And I'm just going to go ahead and assume that we kind of know what we're doing because we've been
Well,
successful for so long. The only thing that we're missing now is no Tim Duncan, which I'm sorry, every single team in NBA history, when they don't have a star or a superstar, looks bad. So
that's
I'm
a
not
good
going to just
point.
throw them under
That's
the bus.
that's definitely a good point. Like, if you had to put maybe a number on it, when do you think, you know, Primo may get some burn? If you had to
I,
guess,
if I could guess, sometime after the
All-Star break,
trade,
maybe.
yeah, after the trade deadline. I think it'll
Hmm.
be sometime after that. That's just my thoughts on it. I think now I do believe that if the Spurs do decide like, okay, we know we got, yes, move this player, we're gonna move this player, we're gonna, maybe Lonnie and whoever, yes, move these players. And then I think that he'll come in and and then they'll be like, okay, you're gonna get some NBA minutes. I just don't think it's necessary to just like throw him in there. Somebody in the chat also said it's like getting Steph Curry and then like send them to the G League. It's like,
I think
I
the
don't
jury's
know.
still out on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
won't
about
call him
that.
Steph Curry just yet, and I can't
That's kind
stand
of
Steph
weird
Curry,
in
but
a
that
good
boy
way, right?
bad. He's the greatest shooter of all time. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
Trying to
all
trying to
right,
see
man.
that.
Let me see. I got some other questions for you. Okay, we talked a little bit about D White earlier.
Mhm.
And don't let me hold you up if you. I know you just came from class and everything like that.
Oh, I'm
But
straight. Yeah.
all right, cool beans. Um, so we talked about D White. What do you think the team has to do to spark him? And before you answer, and I'm not trying to pick on Pop, but this is one of the things, and this is what it appears from home.
Mhm.
It doesn't seem like he's running enough plays to get people going. To me, do you think we need to, just start the game off with 3 straight plays, Derek White, to get him going?
Uh, so you're saying, uh, what should Popovich do in order to get
To
Derek White
spark
going?
Derek White, you think is
I,
it something we can do? The Spurs can
I
do.
don't. I don't. My only thing with Derek White, honestly, he looks like he lost a step, especially with his speed. And I'll just be honest there. As far as his shooting, I think that he's getting good shots off. I don't think that
Hmm.
they're like necessarily bad shots. Like he doesn't look like Russell Westbrook out there or nothing. Like he's not forcing anything. They're pretty
Hmm.
decent shots. I think the only thing
I
with
wish he would force some stuff though. That's as odd as that is to say. I just wish he would force it. Let it fly, young man.
I
Let it fly.
I've been seeing. I mean, I think didn't he play better this last game? Chat, did he? I think he played better in this last game. Um,
Well, he shot 10 times, but
did he shoot?
it was like four
Okay.
for 10. He
Oh,
shot 10
okay.
times, which is
Okay.
better, but
I think he might have started off decent, and that's what I saw. Okay, so Derek White, I think the only way that you can kind of get Derek White going at this point is just take him out of the shooting guard position. If you want to criticize, see, that's where that's as far as my criticisms go for Popovich. I do get onto him sometimes, like with sticking with things a little too long because I think that he sticks to it, really believing that he can kind of pull it out of them. Um,
Mhm.
and he loves to play the older players, ahead of the younger ones, because
Mhm.
feels like they earn that right. And it is a philosophy. And for many years, it's worked. And recently, obviously, without a superstar, it's not going to work. But I think that Derek White, I think if he went to the bench and he facilitated off the bench, because here's the thing, this is I think we're talking about like what's going on with the Spurs. I think this is one of the biggest issues. Lonnie Walker, in my perspective, and I think a lot of people in perspective, and you guys can like back me on this, anybody in the chat or UDC, like I think most of us thought that Lonnie Walker would come into this season and end up being like a facilitator 6-man off the bench. Like at least that's what I thought. I thought he would be able to run the second unit and be a facilitator, but that's not his
Mm.
role this season. And maybe he just wouldn't make that good of a facilitator at this point. But
Yeah,
his main
I
role, yeah, like his main role is to score. So if his
yeah, I agree
yeah,
with that.
yeah, so if his main role is to score and he's coming off the bench as basically the 6-man, and all he needs to do is think about scoring, then we would need some type of guard that can facilitate coming off the bench. I mean, even Patty Mills, even though he was a spark plug, Patty Mills could run the offense decently well when Derrick White was down. But right
Mm-hmm.
now, I think that if Derrick White went back into his natural position of facilitation, I think that he could get it going a little bit better. Right now, it's more so like he has to be kind of the shooting guard, the scorer, and he facilitates here and there. But I would much rather feel comfortable with Derrick White having his own unit off the bench, and that's kind of like his unit that he kind of runs the offense and whatnot. Which it's just a little frustrating. I think we would look better if Lonnie Walker could facilitate coming off the bench, but that's just not his role. And Derrick
Yeah.
White is trying to be a shooting guard, and I never thought he was a shooting guard. I never liked him starting. I even said at the beginning of the season, before the season started, that I was like, I hope he doesn't start. I would have
Really?
started. Yeah, I would have started
Mhm.
Lonnie or Devin Vassell.
And see, I think, I want both of them to start together, him and DJ, but I did see the value of maybe starting Lonnie just from a confidence perspective, because it seems like if Lonnie misses his first few shots in the game, he's just done for the game, basically. So
Mhm.
I figured that'd be a good confidence boost, but I never really thought, Derek White not starting was good for his game per
I,
se, but I guess it works. It worked
well,
for Manu, and and he can be the backup point guard, and he can go against second tier talent that help him with losing a step and all that stuff like that. So it might just work. And then Vassell, he's playing out of his mind for him. So
yeah. Well, I was just gonna say this about Derrick White. Like, if you talking about Derrick White, um, if you recall the season after he started and he did well, and I think most of us, at least it was 50-50, but I believe that most Spurs fans were like, oh, Derrick White could start next season, and let Dejounte Murray, get back in his rhythm, which that's not what happened.
mhm,
And he came off the bench. But even Derrick
right.
White off the bench looked good. Like, he was facilitating and he looked good off the bench, to the point
Mhm,
where even LaMarcus Aldridge said that, oh, we're gonna. Well, the Spurs decided to start Derrick White. Obviously, the media asked him about it, and he said, "Oh, he knows how to get to our spots. We played
mhm,
with him. He was a good facilitator." Now, obviously, Dejounte Murray has surpassed Derrick White in facilitation because I think he's a better playmaker now,
mhm.
than maybe even Derrick White. Either on the same level, or DJ's better. That's my thoughts on it now. But with that being said, I would
I
say
gotta
that. Oh, what's up?
go ahead and say your point, then we'll return to that point about the
Oh,
DJ facilitating thing. Keep going,
uh,
keep going.
oh
Good
yeah, no,
stuff.
no, no. Yeah, I was just gonna say, him coming off the bench, Derrick White has looked good coming off the bench. He's the type of mentality player where you can put him anywhere. It's not necessarily going to hinder his confidence. I kind of agree with you a little bit with Lonnie. If he doesn't get too many opportunities, sometimes his confidence sways and he thinks too much, and he's kind of weird in that regard. But every player is different. I feel like Danny Green was that way too. Even though there was times I wanted Danny Green to come off the bench, he was not going to be able to come off the bench with that team. Like, his confidence was shot when he came off the bench at times. So, but
Mhm.
Derrick White, that's then he's a Swiss Army knife. That's the type of player that could go to any team and be decent, at least successful in his own regard, because he can come off the bench and not really lose a beat. I think he'd be much better coming off the bench and just being the point guard.
Yeah, I think that definitely worked. And like I said at the beginning, early in the broadcast, Derek White's his assists are up. It's close to 6 assists a game, and that's high for him. It's usually close to 3. And I do think DJ is a better facilitator these days, but I
Mm-hmm.
honestly think it's linked to his offense more so than him being a better, like having a higher IQ, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think I still give Derek White the edge on IQ and
Okay.
even the types of passes that he gives. But I think because of DeJounte being more aggressive and making his way into the paint, that just opens up passing lanes for him to do. I still kind of cringe when he throws a pass in traffic. I'm like,
Yeah.
but he's been getting them through so far. I'm like, man, okay. So like, I honestly think if Derek White starts, and you did say he lost a step, but if somehow he can get that burst back where he can get to the paint, and then then he can drop the dimes a lot easier. Because if you ever notice, he's giving up the ball. Like he comes across the half court, he gets around the 3-point line, and he's giving up the ball right there, basically.
Yeah.
He's not really trying to do anything with it outside of maybe a 3-point shot at the top of the key or whatnot. And I've seen him get into the paint. Like he would get into the paint and then he would just look to throw it back out. So, I honestly think that's those little things, if he's watching tape, may help him, just kind of get out of this funk that he's in.
I think it's going to be a reverse Uno card. I think this is going to be crazy. Okay, so I'm saying I think Dejounte Murray, IQ wise, is at Derrick White's level now.
Really?
I've seen. I mean, not every pass is like this, but I've seen some passes where, like he kind of saw the play develop before it happened. I've been seeing more and more of that from Dejounte Murray, which
right.
To me, that wasn't the case. I would say the season before last. Last season, you saw it more, but maybe the season before last, I didn't see a ton of that.
Oh, you didn't see that at all. The season before. I give you that. That was his weakness, definitely.
Yeah.
I agree with you with the IQ thing, but I think I see it more so, to me, more so on the offensive end, because I don't know if you remember a conversation we had about backboard shots. I don't know if you remember. And I was like, man, I don't know why anybody won't do the backboard.
Oh, he's doing that a lot.
Or whatever. And I'd be dang Dejounte hitting those angles, man. Hitting those angles, like the geometry problems, man. Yeah. Backboard on the right side of the floor, backboard on the left side of the floor. I'm like, man, what this man doing? He's been listening to the broadcast. Let's get some tickets, DJ. Give us some tickets. DJ good for using those aliases on social media.
Oh,
you in the chat, DJ? You in the chat, man? Pick me up some tickets, man.
Oh, okay. Did I say something? I mean, LJ mad at me again. He said, here you go reaching. Stop claiming. I can't. It's nothing I can do. Nothing benefit. Like, nothing. You cannot suffice with anything I say, bro. Like, why is everything making you angry? I can't say anything. Man. I was like,
you
LJ, know what, Derrick?
One of your old classmates from elementary school, man. Pushed them off the slide or something, man.
Oh my God! Like, here you go reaching, Clan. Stop, Clan. Like, dang, what did I say? Like, dang, like I say, oh, Derrick White is a really good player. Man, stop it, Clan. DeJounte's better. DeJounte's a really good player. Clan, you reaching? It's like, geez. I don't know. I don't even know what I said. Is it the thing that I said Dejounte has high IQ? I think he does. Comparing DJ to White. No, Clan, you keep comparing DJ. Wasn't this the top? Did I start this? Did I start that topic?
I think it was my fault. I gotta take blame for that. I was asking those type of questions.
I think that's fine. I don't know. No, he asked. Okay, this is how I got to there. He asked about White. He said, "What is up with White's struggles?" And I said, I think White needs to come off the bench. Actually, I don't know how we got to DJ. Actually, how did we get to DJ?
Oh, we were talking about basically how could we spark Derrick White, how Pop could spark Derrick White to play better, and we got to the bench and then passing and all that stuff like that. So it kind of trickled down.
And I see why LJ. You said he finally on White level. That's what made you angry. Okay. Yeah, passing wise, he's on White's level, if not surpassed it. Yes. White was a better passer. DJ was also always a better scorer. Derrick White never reached DJ's level of scoring. Is that okay? Or is that too? I don't know. I guess everyone's just even. Like everyone's. I don't know. DJ's better than everything. Okay, White is just trash. Then okay, White's just trash. White's garbage. All right. Is that what you wanted me to say, LJ?
Get that record.
Yeah, he's trash. All right. He's clip and ship it. All right. Clip and ship it. God. Dude.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. Just just to move on from that subject. So let me ask you this. What's the favorite championship, man? Everyone has one. Favorite championship.
Oh, my favorite championship. 2014.
2014.
Yeah, I was so angry. I was so angry with 2013.
Right.
And just seeing LeBron James like lose in the way in which he lost. Manu Ginobili, my favorite player, having like a crazy dunk out of nowhere, like one of the greatest
Mhm.
dunks in NBA history, I would say.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, and then we won by a record margin. Like no one's ever won by that high of a margin in NBA
Patty was
history.
hooping too, man. Oh man, Patty was
Yeah,
hooping.
yeah, it
His
was a
threes were
lot of
tiny.
fun. I remember crying, like I didn't even know because I used to post
Mhm.
on Instagram like crazy, and I didn't even know what to like post. Like I was like trembling. I was so happy. I don't know.
Oh man, I could show you some pictures, man. My
That was
my ex at the time, man, she took so many pictures. I was just running around the house, rolling on the floor like a kid. Cause man, we made it back, man, made it back all the way back to win.
yeah,
Let
and
me
that
ask
was
you
his
this,
cramp. That
and I
was his
guess I
cramp
know the
too.
answer to this. Are you still salty about that 2005 Finals MVP? Every Mamba
Um,
fan is salty about the 2005 Finals MVP situation.
I never really cared. To my
Mhm.
thing is just like, you win, I can kind of care less. Like, I mean, even 2014, I mean, which no one would agree with me, but I mean, I had an argument for like Tim Duncan getting it, like, because he was the leader.
Mhm.
Uh, but I mean, obviously Kawhi would have got it, but yeah, I mean, dude, Iguodala got a Finals
Finals
MVP,
MVP.
and
Yeah,
he
after he
did.
got it, it was like, dang, anybody can get it.
Yeah, it was that whole, oh, he guarded LeBron, which yeah, but like he didn't deserve a Finals MVP for that. Like that's ridiculous. Um, yeah, but no, Manu should have got it, but I mean, I'm not angry. Like I don't think it matters. It wouldn't have changed anything. I think in regards to like the narrative that's around Manu Ginobili. I think he would have
Mhm.
always been underrated. Like the fact that he didn't make the top 75 players of all time is crazy to me.
Mhm.
Um, and people rarely even talk about him. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, I feel you on that. But I just got a couple more questions for you. I don't call it a night, my guy.
what up?
Appreciate you being on here. And then this is, and I'm not gonna say these are personal questions, but these are
Mhm,
like, I guess YouTube type questions.
mhm.
Um, one question I had for you is like, um, which videos of yours you feel like do the best and why? Like we all have
Oh,
the YouTube algorithms and the analytics and the
mm.
views. Like, what videos of yours you think do the best, my guy?
uh, I honestly, because it's more of like a Spurs news type deal, it's either like videos right after someone had a big performance, or
Mm-hmm.
it's videos mm, like news. Like if it's something that dropped, unfortunately, that's just how it is right now. Like if
Right.
something dropped or something big or something that people didn't really know about and you drop it, I think those do fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, as far as the ones that do the worst, it's really it's really hard to tell. Honestly, what's kind of sad is sometimes I feel like the more creative I get, the worse the videos do. And I think that yeah, I think that kind of sucks, but that's just how it is. Like the more creative I get with something, the worse the video usually does.
I
But
can agree with you with that. I can agree.
yeah.
I agree with you with that. To me, right now, I feel like anything Primo does well. Just at least on my channel, like Primo stuff does well, and
Yeah.
like um, the DJ stuff is like in the middle. But
Mhm.
anything like with Keldon or Primo, that's really good. And then, like you said, timing is everything, man.
Yeah,
That's,
it's
that's,
yeah, it's all about timing. And like sometimes I've gotten like but it has to be after like a big performance. But like a
mhm,
video like you see, like this one, like talking about Josh Primo being a combination of three, that one
mhm,
did fairly well.
mhm.
Um, but it was still coming off of a, Primo performance. So that's just
Right,
how it
right,
is.
right,
That's just what I've
right,
seen.
right, right, right. Well, let me ask you this: Is there are you ever hesitant about using YouTube? Well, I'm sorry, not YouTube, but
Mhm.
like NBA highlights in your videos.
Uh, sometimes I think
Hmm.
you don't usually get in trouble with anything if it's like, as far as in my perspective, like if you're commenting on it and it's like a really short clip and you're
Mhm.
bringing something to it other than, like, for instance, what I just posted, like this one in particular, like I showed some
Mhm.
Josh Primo footage, but I didn't
Right.
like harp on and just show like an entire minute of it. Like it was like, let me show you this and get off of it. Same thing with, it'll be the same thing with this one, like fake Spurs fans. And I was talking about Skip Bayless saying that he actually don't like the Spurs. That was such bull.
Mhm.
But with that one, that would be an example too. Like I just played a real short clip of it and like boom, you know.
And see, that's why I found too. But and I hope the YouTube guys aren't listening. But it seems like those rules are kind of inconsistent because some people,
Uh-huh.
have channels completely filled with clips. And then
Mhm.
I think one time I showed a clip of Manu dunking or something like that,
Mhm.
and I had to cut it from the video. I'm like, well, what is the rule? Like, like
Oh,
what is
yeah,
it?
yeah, that type of stuff. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's very strange. I would recommend this if you like have some type of clip you want to talk about and it's on Instagram. Show it on Instagram and like
Mm-hmm.
show that for like a brief period of time and talk about it. Or like, I don't know, GIFs. Like if you use a GIF of anything, it doesn't get copyrighted because it's technically an image because GIFs are technically images.
Right, right,
Um,
right, 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 right.
like, so stuff like that, you'll be fine. Like, for instance, like this is something that I've used before. Let me see. Like, if we want to talk about the 2014 finals, if I show this, like, even if I put it on this screen, like, it'll be fine. Like, when I show
Mhm,
this looks
mhm.
like just a video, but that's a GIF.
Oh, I got you. That
Yeah.
makes
So it's
sense,
not going to
man.
be copyright straight.
Gotcha, 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 gotcha.
Yeah. That's how it is.
All right, man. I'm glad to have you, man. You want to show the people your channel? I'm sure they already
Yeah.
know because you got the whole
Yeah.
you got the LJ crew in here.
Yeah, man, LJ, man. LJ hates me, bro. Like I don't know what I did. I love
Hey,
LJ and we disagree all the time. I don't know why LJ
hey,
hates me.
all publicity is good
That ain't
publicity,
true.
my guy.
That ain't
Man,
true.
it is, man. It is. Just ask all those basketball wives. Ask them.
It's it's ask R. Kelly.
Oh shoot.
He got some publicity.
No, he got too he got too much, man. Way too much.
Yeah, but here's my channel. If anybody want to like get on here, I'm an anime fan and sometimes I talk about the Spurs. So if you want to get on there and support, please do. I'm also going to start like going into a different direction, not a full different direction, but like slowly talking about other stuff. Like here I talked about the Kelly Oubre thing because I was like, that's crazy, I just want to talk about it. And also I'm going to start doing watch parties for team or like players that we're interested in, because at this point a lot of these Spurs games I'm not having fun watching them anymore. Like I'm gonna still watch them. I'm gonna still take care of, do my due diligence and take care of knowing about the
Mhm.
team and all that. But I don't feel like I really want to do every single watch party of the Spurs this season. So what I've decided to do, which I don't even know if I can show it on here, is it upcoming? Uh, I don't know. I'll show in a minute. Anyways, but what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start uh doing some watch parties for draft picks, like people that we are kind of interested in, like Chet Holmgren, watch a game of his, or
Mhm.
Benchero, like a lot of people interested in him. So I thought that'd probably be a good way to go about things since, I mean, the Spurs, and you know this, like, are you really having fun watching the Spurs?
Man,
I'm having a
I
hard time.
mean, when you said that, honestly, I agreed with you, man. It's not the easiest thing to watch. So I've been, multitasking. I have the
Yeah.
game on my tablet, versus on my big screen or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure, I got Sean on so I can hear what's going on. Like just so you can be honest, you can honestly give takes and content. But to
Yeah.
be super excited to watch the game, man, it hasn't been like that lately because man, it's almost bittersweet. Like you get so close and then we make a mistake or they hit an open three or something like that. And it's just like, man.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel you on that, man.
Yeah,
Well,
and as you can see here, this is what I was just talking about. Like, I'm gonna do the
Mhm.
Spurs versus Clippers. I don't know how late I'll be up for that. And then obviously Josh Primo and do some more G
Mhm.
League, Ben Chero, and then Chet Holmgren. So watch those
Okay.
games, and I think that'd be a little more fun to actually.
That sounds good, man. Sounds good, brother. Before I let you go, one more question, my guy. Top 3 anime.
Oh, shoot!
You can extend it to 5 if you got it.
Oh
Top 5.
crap! Oh my god, you just put me on the spot. All right, number 1. Crap. I wish I was prepared for this. Number
My
1,
bad.
free. All
We
right,
can
number
always
1.
revisit.
No. This is important. All right, this is the most important thing we talked about. Number 1 is Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, that's my
Like,
dude right there. There we
yeah,
go.
easy
There we
Dragon
go.
Ball Z. Yeah. Number
Okay.
2, I'm gonna go with one that's one of the greatest psychological thrillers of all time. I don't even think it's
Ooh,
close. I'm going
really?
with Death Note.
Death Note. I've never seen that. I gotta remember.
Ooh,
I've
yeah.
never seen Death Note, man.
Yeah, man, you gotta get on Death Note immediately.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then third, this one's a tough one, but I'm gonna go. It wasn't until after the recent movie where I was like, you know what, this is by far one of the greatest animes of all time. I was not expecting any of this,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely Demon Slayer.
Boy, and that boy too hard. That boy.
Yeah, I wanted to say My Hero because My Hero is like top tier to me. Okay, I love me
Ooh.
some Bakugo, My Hero. I got so many My Hero figures
Mhm.
and statues and stuff.
Right.
Even a little bit of the manga, but yeah, Demon Slayer, that movie, I was like, ooh,
Ooh, I watched
okay,
it twice, and I
yeah,
just
it's so
happened to do the
good.
game.
Oh, I got the game too. Oh, it's so
Yeah,
good. But yeah,
man.
what's yours?
I gotta go with Dragon Ball Z first. You
I
know, Gohan killing Frieza, killing Cell, one-handed Kamehameha with Vegeta with the assist, man. To get chills thinking about it. And then second, I gotta go with Naruto, man. I know it's like cliche, but I gotta go with Naruto. Daggone, when the village
Naruto.
accepted him. You seen Naruto, right?
I haven't watched
Oh no!
Naruto.
Oh man.
I haven't watched Naruto.
Man, you gotta get on that Naruto,
I
man.
know it's look, I started recently because I didn't watch it growing up. So I was like,
Hey,
I was like,
don't feel bad. I just jumped on it maybe 2 years ago, but I watched
okay,
everything from Naruto to Shippuden, everything.
okay,
So I was
okay,
like,
okay.
don't feel bad because I
It's gonna
thought it was
take
tough too.
it's gonna take me a minute because obviously I'm
Mhm.
trying to get past the bad animation initially.
Oh
Um,
yeah. But it's
the,
worth it. Stick to it.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
got Dragon Ball Z, Naruto. My number 3, I gotta go My Hero Academia. That last movie did it for me. I was like, you seen the movie, the last one?
Wait. Which one? I just went to the theaters
Um,
like last weekend to see it.
yeah, the one that was
That's
in
one.
the theaters.
Okay,
Man,
okay.
that was
Yeah,
tough. So I got him at 3, and then I got Demon Slayer at 4. But I will say this: like the only thing that's hurting Demon Slayer for me is
mhm.
it's just not enough. You got like a season basically, and then like even the second season is like a rehash of the movie. So
Yeah,
it's
thus
like
far, yeah.
if they keep this up for maybe a season or two, this thing might be one of the best, high on the
Yes.
list. And then I'm
Yeah.
trying to find me a number 5, to be honest with you, man. Like I don't know. Some people have told me go with uh
Wait.
the Titan movie. What was this?
Oh,
We called it
crap.
something.
Yeah, dude. I freaking messed up my top
Mhm.
list, man. Demon
Oh,
Slayer doesn't make it in my top 3.
you said Demon Slayer doesn't make it. Okay, what you got?
No, the one you just mentioned, bro. Attack on Titan.
Oh, Attack of the Titan. Like
Uh,
people were telling me to jump on that, so I was like, okay.
It's it's the best written script, manga, story of all
Yeah.
time. Like it's one of those things where it's entertaining on the surface and the premise is entertaining, but as you go deeper into the anime, they reveal more and more, and it's nowhere near where you started. Like by the time you're in season 3, you're like, how did we get here? Like it's so many twists and turns, bro. It's not what you think it is. The people that were heroes are the villains. The people that are villains are the hero. Like it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm gonna definitely put it on the list, man. And
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
top 3.
I do like One Punch Man, but I just don't know where to put that. Like I don't know.
That's a weird one. Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's
I see you, Isaiah. One Punch Man, baby.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Can I address one more thing? I know you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You about ready to go? So like, I don't know if they were talking about us. I don't know. I just glanced. Joe Galloway. He basically said something like, "Oh, okay, all right. Clan is truly a casual." Okay, yes, he was talking about us, or at least me. He said that it's really sad or disappointed that supposed Spurs fans are not going to watch their games. And to that, I say, shut up.
Oh
man, that's all I got. I'm gonna watch the games, bro. Like, what are you talking about? I'm a casual.
Man, you didn't even listen to what we just said.
Yeah, you didn't hear a word I said. I literally said I'm gonna watch the games so I can.
Just not gonna have watch parties for the game.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna have watch parties for them.
That takes a lot of energy to have the watch party and all that stuff like that. That takes a lot of energy, man. They don't understand that. And I definitely have the game on. And shoot, man, I got a little girl and everything. So man, that tablet comes in handy for me. So
she watch anime?
Huh? Oh nah, she's still on the the whole like Frozen and Tiana.
Oh, no.
Disney Plus for the win.
No. Hey,
I
watch
know all the songs, man. I know all the songs.
Watch. You know what? You probably already know this, man. Pixar makes those great ones for the entire family. Disney even do it sometimes with like Zootopia.
Man.
Get her on what's it called? Mitchell's versus the Machines.
Versus Machines. Okay, I might check it out.
Oh, it's so good.
Pixar
bro.
is awesome, man.
It's Sony actually on Netflix.
Sony. Oh, okay.
It's great.
Well, shoot, I'll jump on that, man. All right, brother, man. Thank you for kicking it with me. Thank you for giving me the push, helping me with this with this streaming stuff, man. Because Lord knows I was lost.
Yeah, man. I can help you with that. I know it's like a lot, especially when you first start off doing it, because this is your very first live stream, ain't it?
This is my very first live stream. So all my peoples, my 19 million in the comment section right now, I appreciate y'all rolling this history right now, baby. History.
Yeah, man.
But I appreciate it, man. I got the 9 to 5 in the morning, so I gotta roll out.
All right, dude.
All right, y'all, man. Peace.